What is going on? Number Age coming back with another Rager. We are here with some MLB The Show 23 Colorado Rockies franchise. We are in the off season. What we've been waiting on after a semi-disappointing year. I mean, it was disappointing, obviously. Anything other than the World Series is disappointing, but this rebuild was definitely going to take more than just one off season to get into the playoffs. So here we are. I've looked at all of these. I don't want anybody back. Nobody else really needs to come back, if I'm being honest. So here we are. I did send a third base coach offer out. We'll see if I get that. We will sim through a couple of dates. Yes, I would like to stop simulating just because I don't have any out, and I had a club option on Joey Wendell I forgot about, but sim through date. This is free agency 2, or free agency 1, my bad. So I'll go and offer arbitration and stuff and tender contracts and all that jazz. I can't believe Turnwall didn't have a contract. Or maybe it's just renewable. I'm confused. Wasn't he just... Okay, so he will become a free agent. So all these guys will become a free agent December 2nd. Okay, so that's good to know. I want Turnwall for 5 years. But he's not gonna let me do for 5 years? That's stupid. Uh I'm gonna offer him whatever he wants, if I'm being honest. But anyways, beside that, let's see who is here at free agency to see who we need to go after. So Shane Bieber is interesting because we do need an ace or somebody ace-like. Is there anybody that is on the younger side besides Shane? Shane is interesting to say the least. I like Mike Soroka. He doesn't have high K per nines, so he's definitely pitched a contact person. Tyler Glasnow's interesting. Pablo Lopez is interesting. I even like his K per nines are a little bit on the higher side. Pitching clutch scares me a little. So far I see a couple of people that I like. What about Sonny Gray? No, not really. So we could go after one of the high dollar guys. We could go after Shane Bieber or Max Fried is interesting, but the K per nines are a little low too. What about Brandon Warner? He's not getting offered a whole lot. I like the pitching clutch. What does he want? He's 32 years old. He went 11-7 last year. Is he on the down? He's kind of on the downcline. I could see me making an offer on here. I won't do any offers right this second. I'm just kind of gauging my wants. Gauging my wants. All these guys are really just I do need a closer, so closer is a definite necessity. I could probably get better. Anybody got Scar Barlow's interesting. High overall, like that. I could have him for a couple years. Huh. And he has a quirk. Danny Jansen's very interesting with his. I could turn ICK somewhere else. First baseman, Goldschmidt. What about Christian Walker? He's got power. I love that. Pete Alonso has some power. Do I go after Pete? He wants a lot of money. Christian Walker's interesting. I'm gonna put a little star by Christian Walker right now. I'm gonna put a little star by him because he is definitely interesting. I do not need second, third, really, or short. Honestly, even though he has some power, Willie Adams has some power. I love that. He's 29. That's interesting. He's getting a pretty big contract right now though. Juan Soto's a free agent. Qualifying offer made. I love that. But but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Uh, I'm looking for some defense and some power. I just need some power. Tyler O'Neill's interesting. I don't think I want to do that. I like his power though. I do like his power. Uh, I want power on both pitchers, like both right for righty and lefties. Ooh, Hunter Renfroe. Now that's interesting. He's getting 2 years, 12 mil. I could go that. I could definitely. Ooh, Anthony Sandoval. Sandar. Santador. Anthony. He can play center, left, and we do need a center fielder right now. He's got some pop. I probably would not play him at center though. That fielding and that speed, he'd probably play right field for me. The arm's okay. Does he have any quirk? Huh. I like him. Interesting. Will Myers, Austin. Ugh. So right now it's Anthony. I would like if I could get Renfro cheap, I'd do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I'd do it. Juan Soto, I'd do in a heartbeat too. But if I could get Willie Adams, I would do that too. Alex Bregman, Jonathan Scoop. Interesting. Oh man, I really. So Christian Walker right now for me is probably my lead dog. Oh, and he has so many. I think I'm going to. He's 34, man. I didn't even realize that. Oh, that sucks. Maybe Pete Alonso then? He wants a lot of years. Man, that just kind of brought it all down. Brandon Drury. He has some power too. So it's either Christian Walker has no offers though. Can I get him for a year though? I could get him for a year. Wait, a year 9? You don't think he might like what I love about this game is they don't take the offers immediately, which is good. But I think I might go after him for a year 9 and maybe because I don't see anybody that I would want for more than 2 years maybe. So let's also offer Anthony 2 years. I do want the club option though. I don't want to see how it does. Because I could definitely put somebody in center. Yeah, he would definitely be right field. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. We need some power, but we also need some defense. So maybe Renfro would be better. Because I'm not offering as much, but let's see. Let's think about it real quick. I think we go after Renfro. I think 2 years. They're offering 12. I'll offer 13. And we'll keep it there. See what they do. So I've put in a few offers. Let's go over the roster real quick. Starting pitchers, I still need at least two. I want to keep Turnwall in the minors. I know that sucks, but I don't know if he's ready with the hits and Ks per nine. Control still needs a little bit of work as well. Clutch needs a little bit of work. I think he needs some more time. I might bring him up for the September call-ups. But I think two starting pitchers that are semi-decent, pretty good, you know. I think Antonio, I mean, he's still getting a little bit better. And then German Marquez, he's probably still going to be our ace. He is only 30, so that is good. He still has 3 more years on his deal, which is good. I don't know how he got paid that much, but he has 3 more years. He might be a trade candidate at the end of this year, though. I don't know why he's getting paid that much. Kyle Freeland actually might get traded sometime. I don't know. Then our bullpen. We have about 4 okay arms. I think Jordan Hicks, he's solid. He's still improving, so that's good. He's making some money, but not a whole lot. Castro is pretty decent. I didn't really go over stats either. I know that's a pretty big deal, I guess, but like the best stats, honestly, probably Brendan Rodgers, who hit 22 homers, 68 RBIs, walked 43 times, struck out 91, averaged 319, OPS 878. So solid, super solid season from him. And then Rosario. Those are the only two really of note. 12 homers, 77 RBIs, which is awesome. 94 strikeouts, which sucks. A lot of them contribute to me. 297 average, OPS 818. And then Marquez, I believe he finally got his. I know I'm all over the place, but he finally got his ERA down to 3.99, so that's solid. But anyways, back to this. So we definitely, and then TJ Antone, he's going down, but he'll be solid for this year. I could always bring Lucas Gilbreth up, if I need to. And then we do need a closer for the majors. Catcher, we could really use a backup or a starter. Really doesn't matter. He has 2 more years and he can play every position, so it really does not matter. I like his bat. He's not making a whole lot of money. First base, I could be tempted into. Ryan McMahon is playing. He did play decent. Let's look at his stats. 267 average with 11 bombs, 62 RBIs. OPS under 800, so that's not the greatest. Contact versus lefties is going down, but righties went up by 6. He's solid fielding, which I could move him back to third base if I really wanted to. Then second base, we have Brendan Rodgers. We could use another one. We could bring Vidal up. Or we could just have a better catcher and then have IKF. We could have him, playing backup, basically, because he can play every position. Third base, Connor Meade is better. Is better than Nolan Jones right now. So it's a very interesting dynamic. Nolan can play left or right, so that it doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. He's got some decent fielding. He has some okay speed. I like him. His vision is the only thing bad about him. He's, pretty cheap. He's very young, 26, so I don't want to get rid of him. But Connor is, I feel like he's better. I do feel like he's better. He definitely can field as well, so that's always good. The discipline clutch are pretty much the only things that I find an issue with, but he can only play first. Rosario, solid. Backup short would not be a bad idea that can play second and third, just to have a backup middle infielder. Then left field, we have Chris Bryant, who's getting very old, but he still has 4 years left on his deal at $26 million. I want to trade him, but I just don't think it's on the list. Now, if I could trade him for something, cheap, I kind of want to keep him around. He did get injured, so we'll see what happens. Daza will not be there. Daza is a free agent. We do not plan on bringing him back. Um, and then Laureano. So I thought about sending Zach Veen down. It does say his potential dropped. I don't know if I should change that. Let me know what you think in the comments. I might go ahead and do it. I just don't think it should, honestly. And I'm not saying I'm going to bump it up to 99. I'm just to get back in the A, at 90, if that's the case. But I'd like all of his attributes are going up, but why would his potential go down? He had a solid year in the majors, 264 average with 2 bombs, 13 RBIs, and 24 games and 87 at bats. I mean, that's not bad, honestly. Not great, but not bad. But anyways, Laureano is probably going to be my right fielder for the foreseeable little bit, I guess. He's on a 2-year deal, so it's not bad. His hitting went up like crazy. I love his stats, and he's a pretty decent fielder, good arm. I love it. So I like where the outfield's at, but I personally, and you'll see what I mean. So I have offered a bunch of people. So I have offers on Renfroe, Christian Walker, Sonny Gray, Diaz, Eric Lawyer, Chad Green, Victor Robles, and Gary Sanchez. So my thought process, I could have Hunter Renfroe in right field. I could put Laureano in center and have Chris Bryant at left field. Or I can just DH Renfroe and just have him as a DH, which would not be bad at all. I mean, he has some really good quirks. I love him. It's awesome. Christian Walker, on the other hand, I would want to play him at first. Maybe move McMahon back to third, and then maybe move Nolan Jones into the outfield. I really don't know I just need more power in the lineup. He has he's good at fielding, so it's not like we're putting a bum out there at first. He can play left field as well, so it's not like I can probably throw him in left field and be fine with it. Like, the arm sucks and the speed's awful, but Chris Bryant's not the fastest. Sonny Gray would be a solid rotational arm. Uh, Same thing with Diaz. He can play second, third, short, left, and right. So, I mean, already decent fielding. Speed sucks, but can hit, so that's good. Another starting pitcher, a lefty, like that. Definitely needs more in the lineup. He doesn't look the greatest, but he'd be a decent rotational piece. And then Chad Green, I don't know who's going to be the closer yet. He might be the setup man. We might. I don't know. I don't know. We definitely need relief pitching as well. And then Victor Robles, he can field and he's semi-fast. He can hit lefties. He's basically a backup, but he has big potential, so it's all good. Like, if he can find a groove, that'd be awesome. Gary Sanchez for the power. The fielding's all right, but he's a backup. Um, I mean, he's basically just a backup. It is what it is. But that is of right now what we got, and then tendered contracts. Uh, I put offers on basically everybody. I don't really know why our first round pick from last year's on there. I have no idea how baseball contracts work, but it's basically everybody minus a few people. So that's where we're sitting right now. So I think I need a relief pitcher that is pretty decent, but cheap as well. I think I need some relief pitching. with I want relief pitching with some decent pitching clutch. I think we're gonna have Phil Matten. See if he. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Withdraw that offer. Maybe Andy home runs. That's fine. We'll give him a $2 million deal. See if he accepts that. So, as of right now, that's all I can think about. I really thought Pete Alonso, but like where we're sitting now, Pete would make sense. He's a 94 overall player and insane power. I would love to grab him, but the money, 7 years, 81.9 million, it's just a lot. It is just a lot. And Christian Walker's 1 year, 9 million. You know, he might be 34, but like there's nobody else here that I'm thinking, oh yeah, I definitely want him right now. He has insane power, or not insane. He has solid power, 81 and 71 left and right. Um, Contact's pretty good, but he is a upgrade above what we have, honestly. Rowdy Tells, he would be a good upgrade, but you know, 2 year. I mean, I'm not getting outbid on him right now. Josh Bell would be pretty interesting. I thought about it. Don't get me wrong, I did. And nobody else really just pops out to me, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, nobody else pops out to me. Maybe just everybody else is just very old and not better than what we had, honestly. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll think about. I'm gonna think about trades. And I'll be right back. I thought I found one trade that I really liked, but it turns out I really don't know. None of these guys I think I want to retain or put on the 40 man just quite yet. Let's actually, since we're here Wednesday, let's sim through this date. Corbin Burns goes to the Chicago. Pete Alonso went to the Dolphins. Oh my goodness. Pete Alonso went to the Marlins. Let's see. Did I get anybody? Looks like we are still the best on just about everybody. I think we did end up losing somebody. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. I don't remember. Yeah, the center fielder, I believe. Robles. Yeah, I think Robles went to somewhere. He definitely didn't come here. So let's actually see. Okay. It looks like we re-signed Ray Mateus, Frank Pearson, Lou Villanueva, a bunch of other people. I'm trying to see where it would say. Yeah. Oh, we did sign him. Oh, sweet. He's on the team. It didn't say he was, did it? There he is. So he is technically a little bit worse than Benny Montgomery right now. Let's compare the two. I mean, honestly, he is a little bit better. Better than I was expecting. Well, he's also so much younger. So 5 years younger. So Victor Robles will be the backup. I'm going to move Benny down a trip again. But Victor, I mean, B potential, which is great, but I'm not rushing Benny into the majors. So let's sim through this date too. Let's see if we found anybody or signed anybody. Sonny Gray is a Rocky, so that's good. Sonny Gray and Diaz, both Rockies. So that's awesome. I think all of these I already knew about, so that's cool. That is cool. So where are we sitting at with? So still ahead of basically everybody. So that's good. Um, What about? Why aren't these guys signing? I think Gilbreth is the only one I didn't. He walks too much. I'm fine with letting him go. I'll keep this dude. Why not? He's cheap. I went ahead and offered a few people already, or not offered, but got a bunch of signees already. I did simulate. I want to say a while. It's been a minute. Um, so let's actually go over some of the people I got. I ended up getting Sonny Gray, Eric Lawler. Um, ended up getting both of them. I did end up getting, who was it? I I got Anthony. So it's another bullpen arm. So bullpen's looking pretty solid. Maybe one more. Or I bring up Lucas if he's not a free agent. I did sign Chad Green, so that's a good one. Good pickup. Gary Sanchez is here. I'm going to keep him on the roster, so that's good. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But Gary Sanchez, I like his bat or his power at least, and he can play any position, or not any position, but he can play catcher. And then Isaiah can play any position, so that's good. Christian Walker did sign for his 1 year. Love the power, so that's pretty solid. Contact sucks a little bit, but he can also field. So Ryan McMahon is kind of the odd man out. So it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. He can't play second and third, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, but at the same time, like I already have a second and third baseman. I could move him back to third, but I I don't know yet. Brendan Rodgers is playing second. I could call it Vidal, but I think him being in the minors is probably good for him. It sucks that he's 27, has no service. I, he's a great he's a great fielder or good average or above average fielder, but same time I just don't know if that's going to be enough. Then third base we have Connor Mead, who I could throw in the minors for one more year, let him get a little bit better, which I mean he could use it. And then Nolan Jones. So if I throw Connor or Curtis, no, I don't know why I keep calling him Connor. If I could throw Curtis in the minors, I could play Ryan McMahon at third because that is his true position. He is the third baseman, and Nolan could come in other times. He can play left and right too, so I can throw him in the outfield. We have some hard decisions coming up. I mean, overall wise, you throw Ryan McMahon at first base or third base, and it's perfect. But anyways, then you have Ahmed Rosario, and then Diaz. So Diaz was more along the lines of backup interior infield position. He can hit. He's got some pop. Clutch is pretty good, so that's good. We have a solid We have some solid pieces right now. Then at left field, Chris Bryant. Nobody's coming up. Nobody's going down. This is a look at our rookie, but I'll go through those eventually. We did end up getting Victor Robles. I believe I went over that already. So he can play center or he can be a outfielder, a rotational piece in the outfield. We still have Ramon Laureano, so that's good. Zach Veen, I might keep in the minors one more year. I think he needs to get just a slight tad bit better. I'm going to end up. I kind of went over it. I'm going to boost up his potential to at least 90, get him back in the 90s. I just don't think it's fair, especially if they're not struggling. He was better in the majors this year. Like I don't get it. I really don't. It doesn't make sense to me. He didn't. I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, that's it so far. We still have one contract to go. and that is Hunter Renfro. I guess I could have done it this way, but I can't talk about the. And then you obviously have like German Marquez in there, but Hunter Renfro, we're still the better offer on him. His bat, his power just brings a whole different dynamic to our lineup with along the quirks. I don't know who else I can think of other than maybe a starting pitcher. Like a better one than what we have. But at the same time, like nobody here just like piques my interest besides Shane Bieber. But that's just so much money, and I don't know if I can do that. Um, but anyways, we'll simulate, and if I'll fill y'all in on everything else. So I just saw our signee and where he went. It's unfortunate. Shane Bieber did go to the Mariners, but it does look like that. Where is it? Hunter Renfro went to the Pirates, 3 years, 18 million. So unfortunately, he did not come here. So that puts me a little step back here and see what we got. Tyler O'Neill seems okay. He's got some speed, a little bit of power too with his contact, solid fielding. It really put me in a bind. I would like some power in the outfield, but Tyler O'Neill would be interesting. I just don't. Does he fit our timeline? I mean, he kinda does, but oh man, it's unfortunate. I was kind of just hoping that it would work out. I had hope that it would work out. I mean, I could try to go after Tyler O'Neill. What's he want? He wants 5 years. So is a 4 year just too not enough? So this is around what he wants. That's, I mean, it by far. But do I have that money? Oh, man, I just don't really believe I do. I have so much money tied up in everywhere else. Christian Walker's making 9. Those are all 1 year deals though, so it's not that big of an issue. Marquez is only making 7. I honestly think I could actually do this. Money wise, obviously, because everybody else is a 1 year deal kind of guy. So, do I want to though? Do I want to? He has B potential, so he might be maxed out, honestly. Let's actually withdraw that. There might be another free agent next off season that's just better. And I would not mind that. I guess we might have to call up Zach Veen this year and have Laureano in center field. That might be what it has to happen. I might need another bullpen arm too. I'll do all that later though, like the easy free agency. Nobody's bidding, but yeah. Let me look through one more time and I'll be right back. I'm gonna offer Michael A. Taylor. I'm gonna offer him. He has some decent contact. No, not a whole lot of power. I mean, none really. But he can field, and he's fast. So that just, I mean, that puts something in there. He's a righty, hits righty, throws righty. So, that should be good. I hate that he can't really hit righties, but his contact is solid, and he's mediocre on the power. Everything else is mediocre as well. Fielding is above average. So, uh, Yeah, we'll offer him. We're right under or right over the Phillies, so hopefully he accepts. But as far as that, I believe that's going to be the off season. I'll get back to you when anything interesting happens. If he signs, he signs. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I'll get back to you. We have no arbitrations going on, so that really doesn't matter. So I'll see you in a little bit. So we are here during spring training. I simulated quite a bit. I simmed these two games, and I played that one just to mess around a little bit to get a feel for the team, I guess. Turnwall actually pitched that in or that well the first game he started. But anyways, here we are. Uh, I'm probably gonna sim to opening day and play that game, obviously. So let's go over the roster real quick. There might be some slight tweaks for the 40-man roster. Like currently, we only have 34. I might sign some people or put some people on the 40-man. I just don't quite know yet. So we'll see once opening day starts when everybody makes their cuts and stuff. Or I might make a trade. I do have Kyle Freeland on the trade block, and I believe that's it. Um, because I kind of just want to get rid of him and I just sign somebody else. But anyways, here is the roster. So we have German Marquez, Sonny Gray, Eric Lawyer, Antonio, and Kyle Freeland. That's our bullpen right now. It's just about like it was last year. I don't quite know until Turnwall gets up there and starts improving. I don't think we'll just have these basically hired arms to kind of fill it out. Marquez is pretty much, but I do try to plan on moving on from Kyle Freeland. But anyways, relief pitcher wise, we have Jordan Hicks, Miguel Castro, Pierce Johnson, Anthony, TJ, and I might add one more in there, maybe. I don't quite know yet. And then Chad Green is our closer. For catchers, we have IKF and then Gary Sanchez. So two solid catchers, nothing great, but I do want to find a catcher in this draft at some point. That is one of my main focuses. First base, we have Christian Walker, the new basically power hitter for us. Hopefully he does good. I can't wait to start, trying to hit some bombs with him. He didn't have a great year last year. He did have 20 homers, but like the years prior, he had 30 plus, 35 plus, and then a bunch of ribbies. So, he has some quirks. So, I'd, I'd I'd be really I'm excited to use him. But anyways, so Brendan Rodgers, second baseman. Vidal is probably not going to be in the major. I'm just gonna call out who's going to be there, so you're aware. Connor or Curtis Mead. I keep calling him Connor, but Curtis Mead might be our third baseman. I might actually put McMahon back at third. But I don't really know as of right now. He seems solid, but one more year in the minors might be good for him. I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyways, then Nolan Jones to back him up. He he's interesting, honestly. He is very interesting. Our third base and first base is kind of weird at this point. But then shortstop we have Rosario and Diaz. Diaz was brought in. He could honestly play third base and be fine. Um, has some pop in his bat, so it gives Rosario a little bit of a break there. Left fielders, we have Chris Bryant. Center fielders, we have Michael Taylor and Victor Robles. Benny Montgomery will be in the minors. I forgot about him. But Victor Robles will be backing up. He's got some good speed, some good fielding, a really good arm, so that's why he's going to be up here. Then we have Ramon Laureano. See, I really don't know where I want to go with this. I like Laureano, but Zach Veen kind of seems better. I, at this point, it's just like who's playing better. Because Laureano's not as good of a hitter against righties, so Veen might be taking out the righties, and then Laureano might be taking out the lefties. I mean, honestly, it might be like that for a while, and then Veen getting, some lefty or some righty duty. I I don't know, honestly. As of right now, we only have four outfielders, but I didn't mean to exit that. But we have Nolan Jones, I believe, can play left or right, and then Diaz can play left or right. So, like in that aspect, they can all play. And right now, like where we have been, we're ranked 16 overall, sixth in contact, which we were second last year. 25th in power, we were last year. Pitching, we're 18th, and last year I think we were in the 20s somewhere. Defense, we're second. Didn't see that one coming. And then right now, speed, we're 17th. So as of right now, that is the roster, but I will reveal the roster opening day in case I make some changes. I really don't know what I want to do right now. I want to try to make a trade, get rid of Kyle Freeland, but Clayton Kershaw's right there for the picking and free agency. I don't want Kyle Freeland at the price he is, so just trading him for a rotational reliever or something would be perfectly fine with me. But anyways, if you like that off season, give it a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all opening day.